had a lot of support.
Yeah.
So they stayed really positive, stayed on that.
Okay, get ready for the test stream.
Test stream?
Yeah.
I don't think we get to 12. It's just
Hello.
Oh.
I kind of disagree with playing UC first. I didn't really like that.
I feel like
That
it
should always.
gets you, yeah, it gets you ready, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
That should always be like the last game of the season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. My face exactly.
The whole 12 people.
Hey, Garvey.
I think it's 12.
Garvey was just cute. Why is EA Sports? Okay, they're the Cavaliers. I was just trying to make sure because I was like, I don't think they are.
They're the Cavaliers.
Okay.
One flag
Yeah,
for
yeah. This is why I think they should really get high schools to just come out.
At least we have a talented football team. Yeah.
Really watching the dance team, like, I'm praying that y'all are good this year. Ticket? Where's the choose one? I'm really stuck on that. I also think we should have more tailgates. That brings people outside. We always bring people outside.
Yeah.
So we're
Alright,
having this
stand
on?
by. We're going live in a minute. Let us know.
What? Oh gosh.
So do we have a sideline now? Or do they just have a sideline camera?
I don't think we have a satellite camera at all.
Is he not in our class?
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand as our band plays West Virginia University's alma mater.
What? Oh, what's the? Are they doing the anthem? I don't think it's the anthem. God, I hope not. It is the anthem. Shit. I can't. Nobody does that. I don't know what this is. That's not the alma mater.
Okay, it's in standby. We're not live yet, but we're getting ready to go live.
Okay.
Turn my phone to silence.
Okay, we got to side by side.
Side by side.
He'd rather you stand.
Oh, stand?
Stand.
Put our heads up.
it'd be better to like just do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So standby is this,
Yeah.
and then. And welcome to Lake and Field at Dickerson Stadium. My name is Bejen Sewell, joined here with
Brian Wilmot.
And Brian, it's a little bit of an overcast, but I think there's going to be a pretty good game. The Yellow Jackets are excited. The Yellow Jacket Nation is here, and they are excited to go against the UVA Wise Cavaliers coming off of a tough loss from UC. But this is their first home game, so I'm expecting a lot of excitement and a lot of fun from this game.
Absolutely. A heartbreaking loss, to say the least, against UC with under 10 seconds.
Right. Sophomore running back Khalil Wilkins looks to be picking up right where he left off in his freshman year. He ran for 138 yards on 25 carries and caught 3 passes for more than 39 yards against Charleston to start the season.
And even, Henderson with 9 catches, also trying to break his record from last week. We'll see if he can do that this week as well.
And also an update as far as the quarterback situation. Austin Hensley is out for this game. He will not be playing due to injury. So it seems as if number 14, Faustino Saucedo, graduate student, will play in replacement of Hensley. He literally is a running quarterback, so this will be an exciting game. It's definitely different from Matt Kinnick. He's definitely a more aggressive and more ready player, but we will stop for the national anthem now. And as I was saying prior to, Saucedo will be playing in replacement of Hensley for this game. And what we're expecting out of him is a lot of running game. And we're actually ranked number 3 in rushing. So it's very exciting to see that we're having a rushing game. And I'm definitely seeing a lot of Khalil Wilkins and Dylan Lucas, both amazing players in the last game at UC. So I'm expecting a lot of running and maybe a little bit of passing from maybe Tyrell Henderson. So it's going to be a lot of back and forth, but I think this will be an exciting game. They're both coming off of 0-1, so we're going to basically be winning, trying to get a good win at home, and especially trying to come back and get into that winning game percentage.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how Saucedo comes in and tries to run the offense based on him being a running quarterback. We'll see if he is actually able to pass the ball.
Yes, and different from Kinnick. Kinnick ran to try and avoid versus Saucedo, who is said to be more of a quarterback who runs to essentially get to where he's trying to go. He's very aggressive with his run. So we will see a lot of aggressive running versus the more evasive running from Kinnick. And also a little bit about UVA Wise. Brian, if you can talk a little bit about that, if you would.
Do you still want me to go out with the coin toss?
Pioneers scored on a 27-yard pass play. Defensively, Marcus Terror is essentially living up to that name, Terror. He had about 14 tackles.
Well, we will definitely be expecting a lot of that, and hopefully with this game we will see a lot of running, a lot of passing, and hopefully a lot more touchdowns, and definitely a win from this game.
Do I need to go out?
And so right now we are getting prepared for the coin toss. There's a little bit more time left on the clock, but a little bit of backstory from the UC game. It was a very back and forth game. It was down to the wire. It was I actually went and I watched, and I saw a lot of good coming from it. I see a lot of good coming from this season, especially how that game started out. So I'm very, very optimistic about how the season will play out. Regardless of the loss, I feel like they have a lot of confidence. A lot of the Yellow Jacket Nation was actually out at that game, went out and traveled over to UC's stadium, and there was probably more Yellow Jacket fans than there were UC fans. We definitely outnumbered them as fan-wise, and I think that fans, especially on our turf and on home advantage, we'll have a little bit more leverage, especially since this is, like I said, our home turf. We'll probably get a little bit more confidence and a little bit more optimism out of our players.
And it absolutely shows how much football means to this university. Having more fans from West Virginia State go to UC and outnumber them.
Right, and they stayed until the very end, and so hopefully, like I said, that same energy and that same commitment that they had at this game, we'll see it in this game as well, especially at home. We have a whole lot more Yellow Jacket fans, and they are definitely excited. They're coming in from all over just to watch our players play, and I think that, once again, like I said, it's going to be a good season, and hopefully we can pack the house every single home game, especially.
As the captains are about to go to midfield for the coin toss.
Today for the Yellow Jackets, number 1, Terrell Henderson. Number 5, Joe Stoneman.
For this game is
12,
number 1, Tyrell Henderson. Number 5,
number 15,
Joe Stoneman.
Branch.
Number 12, Austin Hensley. And number 15, Robert Branch. And like I said, Henderson is somebody to watch out for. It seemed to be as if he was actually going to break his record at the UC game. He was catching back to back, and I had a lot of confidence in him. So we're definitely not just a running team. We actually, like I said, we are ranked number 3 in the conference currently for rushing. However, we do know how to get the ball to our receivers along with our running backs as well.
West Virginia State University, the Mountain East Conference and the
As
NCAA.
team captains from both sides
Racist, sexist, or other
shake
derogatory
hands,
comments
coin toss is
directed
about
at
to take
players,
place.
officials, or fans are grounds for removal from the stadium. For your
Like I said, just a little bit of an overcast, but that's not stopping the Yellow Jackets from coming out and supporting. See that President Jenkins, his wife, and daughters had just walked in, and they are always at every single game. They were actually at the UC game as well. The cheerleaders are out, and UVA Wise's players are also coming out as well, and they're preparing for the coin toss.
Men, Wise is the visiting team. Heads, tails. Tails, heads. Captain, call it loud enough so we can hear. If it doesn't toss, we'll do it again. This is called. We're gonna reflip. There it is, tails. West Virginia State University has won the toss, elected to receive to begin the game. Good luck, men.
So we'll get a real quick look at what Saucedo can do right off the bat.
Right. And I'm excited to see how Saucedo is going to play. From what I've heard, they said he's a very aggressive runner. From what I've heard from our AD and from and some of the people in the game administration, he runs to hurt people. He's definitely the opposite of Kinnick. Like I said, Kinnick was very evasive when he ran with the ball. But when he ran with the ball, he got it to where he needed to go. But he was more of the try and get out of the way and make sure that I'm not getting hurt. Saucedo, from what I've heard, he's running and he's basically out for blood. So we will see how it'll be like night and day watching how that switch goes. But I have a lot of faith in it. I personally am a person who believes that you should be aggressive whether you have the ball or not. So we will definitely see how this goes.
Absolutely.
And he is also a graduate student coming from Perth Amboy, New Jersey, and he's been out of college for 3 years, so he's got a little bit more age on him. However, I feel like regardless of age, I think he'll do very well with the team.
To quote one of the members on our staff, he called him a grown man.
Yeah, basically, but like I said, I think that he will be a great asset because we are pretty aggressive with Wilkins, with Lucas, and also with Tyrell Henderson as well. I think that we will do just fine. And you can see on the sideline, our offense is getting ready to receive.
It's going to be Dylan Lucas back to return the kickoff. Back there with, looks like that is Elijah Bradshaw.
UVA Wise's side, we have number 95, Franklin Luhani. Coming down for the kick, and it's up. And this is starting off our season. Have a quick run from number 85.
The ref kicked me out of the right.
Latrell Ward.
Are you ready to get started? Yes, we
They're going to stop around
Elijah Bradshaw return to the other side.
the 34-yard line.
Is that for
Do I need
28?
to go down there?
First and 20.
Saucedo starting out with the snap for the first time this season. Gets the snap, hands it off to Wilkins. Wilkins with the run, gains around 5 yards.
Number 2,
That's
Khalil
Josh
Wilkins,
Saunders for UVA Wise with the stop.
And like I said, I'm pretty confident in how they're going to play this
Game
game.
7, second down
They're
and
both
3.
coming off of 0-1 game, so they both have a lot to gain out of this win. Saucedo runs it, gets a little bit more yardage, and he's basically moving down the field. Saucedo, like I said, I have a lot of faith in him, and like I said, from what I've seen, I'm seeing a lot of positives out of him.
2, third and 1.
His first run of his career here at State, and he did run somebody over.
Correct. Saucedo with the snap. Hands it off to Henderson. Henderson with the run. No gain.
Big hit there by number 3. That is Kajon Coley.
That's going to hit another one to
Stop,
Rod
and
Henderson.
it will be 4th down.
No gain on the play, brings up 4th down.
And though they didn't get too much yard gainage out of that, I do believe that was a lot to see from how they should be playing for the rest of this game. I think they'll play a little bit more aggressive now that they have an idea of how UVA Wise is going to counter that. And they will be kicking off. Have number 41, Aaron Ball. Receiving it is number 10, Chris Thaxton. Stops around
10
the
Thaxton on
25
the
yard
return
line.
for the Cavaliers.
It's not the best offensive start for the Yellow Jackets as
Timeout.
you would have liked, but
Media.
you saw what Saucedo was capable of doing right off the bat.
Correct. Again, even though that was,
Let me go on the
it
other
is
side.
just the beginning stages of how the game is starting off. I mean, they've been out for probably around a week or so, so I don't expect them to be super energized, but this is their first home game, so I think the energy will pick up. They're more of a momentum type of team, and they feed off, like I said, they feed off the crowd, and they have
So just a tackle childhood cancer t-shirt at the entrance of the stadium for $15.
I'm an adult learner from Philadelphia.
I'm from Cincinnati.
I'm from Hurricane, Mexico.
I'm from California, and I chose state because I wanted a small school. It's convenient.
I wanted a strong elementary education program.
Because it's an HBCU.
I love the people at state.
I love learning in the Cancer Research Lab.
My professors want me to succeed.
Now they make me work for the grade.
State is definitely preparing me for the future that I want. I'm being prepared for dental school.
A research scientist. Once you choose state,
you're gonna love state. Find your passion
at wvstateu.edu.
Got it.
And we are back. Score is 0-0. 13:04 on the clock as the West Virginia State Yellow Jackets take on the UVA-wise Cavaliers. And the UVA-wise Cavaliers will be taking on the ball from the offensive. It looks like their quarterback is number 11, Bryson Lee. Lee hands it off to number 17, Mariah Cousins.
Bryson Lee didn't have a terrible game in week 1 either. I mean, granted, they only scored 7 points, but he did have a pretty decent stat line.
Yes, from what I've heard, he's definitely somebody to watch out for as far as their offense. Lee with the snap, hands it off to Cousin. Cousin with the run. Not a lot of gain from that. However, it looks, from what I'm seeing right now, is going to be a lot of back and forth with the run game. But like I said, I feel the State is a little bit more experienced and superior as far as running the ball. And so we'll see a lot more of State getting the ball to where it needs to go. Lee. You have number 14, Kian Derverger from Palm Beach, Florida, on the right of him. And to the left, you have number 18, Matt Felton. Hands it off to number 17, Cousin. And they'll move the change.
Lee's pass complete to 17, Cousin. Takes it out to the 42-yard line.
Like I said, I feel like it's going to be a whole lot more running than anything. From what I'm seeing, they're more confident in the run game. However, I feel like State is just a little bit better at it. As far as defense, they have a little bit more to work on our end. Lee with the snap, hands it off to Cousin. This is the tackle. And it'll stop around the 40-yard line for the Cavaliers.
Pretty good evasive move there from Cousin, getting away from the tackle.
Second down, 13.
And that was a good job on the Yellow Jacket defense. They struggled against UC trying to get a stop, and from what I'm seeing, they're learning from those mistakes from that UC game. Lee tries to hand it off, gets it to number 14, Derverger. Derverger down the 20, the 10, touchdown, UVA wide.
Impressive catch there by Derverger, and evades another tackle and gets free for the score.
Touchdown, we do have flags on the play.
So it's not the best start for the Yellow Jacket defense either, but they can't let that
Prior to the pass,
Correct.
holding, number 18, defense. Penalty will be declined. Resolve the play, touchdown.
They had a lot of struggles in the UC game, whether it was stopping the run game or whether it was stopping them from the pass game. But nonetheless, they kept them to around 35 points, and they just have to learn from those mistakes in this game. Number 96, Trevor Owens for the kick. And it's good. So that makes the score 7-0. 10:46 in the first quarter.
Point for try is good. Timeout. Media.
There will be a timeout for the Yellow Jackets.
Micaiah Day.
MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Holiday Inn and Suites and Wingate by Wyndham, both located in South Charleston. Brick Street Insurance, your business, your people, you're covered. Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House, the official pizza of WVSU Athletics. Tudor's Biscuit World, start your day the homemade way. Go-Mart, go for good times, go for Go-Mart. Hilliard Lyons, investment counseling to grow, protect, and manage wealth since 1854.
And we are back. UVA Wise leading West Virginia State University 7-0. The Yellow Jackets will be receiving it. Hopefully they can get a potential touchdown from this play.
And if not a touchdown, maybe get at least a couple of first downs to get that offense in a little bit of a rhythm.
Correct. And just get their confidence back up. Ball is up. Seems like number 82.
It's Elijah Bradshaw with the return here. He has an opportunity to go all the way here.
And he's going. The 20, the 10.
And he will go all the way.
That's a touchdown for the Yellow Jackets. Tying the game up 6-7, potentially 7 points. But having a lot of faith in our kicker, Aaron Ball, I feel like it will be 7-7.
What an impressive run there from Elijah Bradshaw. And pretty good blocking along the way as well.
And that's another thing that West Virginia State actually does lead in. We actually do lead in.
We have 2 fouls on the return, both by the receiving team. Holding on the receiving team, and holding on the receiving team.
Kicks, then I don't know what they're
foul furthest behind the play will be in first.
Pretty much similar to
first
how
and 10.
They were against UC. It was very back and forth, but I feel as if they'll keep it going.
There was a flag, and the touchdown does not count. It's an illegal block in the back. So wipe that away. And they will start at the 19-yard line.
Cito has Wilkins in the back. Hands off to Wilkins. Wilkins with the run. Hard hit. And he'll stop around the 27-yard line.
Wilkins doesn't shy away from being a big hitter himself either, so I'm pretty sure he actually embraces getting hit.
Correct. He's more of, I would say more like Mark Ingram, if anything. He's very aggressive with the ball when he does get it, and when he gets it and he has some leverage, he will go. Wilkins still going.
Such an impressive run.
Case in point, like I said, once he gets the ball and he has that confidence to keep going, he'll continue to go.
Yellow Jackets.
And that would be a first down for the Yellow Jackets. A.J. Barrett, Zach Pate. Hands off to Wilkins again. Wilkins with a little bit of room. A little bit shy of a first down. But, like I said, still getting the ball to where it needs to go.
Gain of 9, second down and 1.
Wilkins goes out. Number 46 comes in. Rise Jellick. The Yellow Jackets on second down. 2nd and 1. Ball on the 47. 9 minutes left on the clock. Cito with the snap. Finds.
I need some help out
Looks
here.
like
the camera's
Jamal Brown.
Saul Singer's pass complete, number 17, that's Zach Pate.
Indeed it was. That was a really good throw there by Cito.
Correct. Very good look. Correction, it was actually Zach Pate. Now we have Dylan Lucas in the back. Saucedo finds Lucas. Lucas with the run. Doesn't get too much yardage, but still moving. 8:20 left. And regardless, the Yellow Jackets are definitely moving these chains down the field.
Number 3, Dylan Lucas. Gain of 1, second down.
And finding the confidence they need here on this drive right now. Saucedo snaps, hands it to Lucas, and he's still going. First down for the Yellow Jackets.
Number 3,
Down
Dylan
around
Lucas, the ball carrier, takes it inside
16-yard
the 20.
line.
First down.
That's a lot of
Yellow Jackets.
Number 64 for Wise must leave the game for one play.
As far as our
Helmet off.
offense goes, we have Lucas, we have Henderson, we have Pate, we have plenty of people to get the ball to. We're very multifaceted, so they have to figure out how they're going to stop it. And I think that's exactly the same thing that UC had to struggle with, is trying to figure out who to get it to. Wilkins with the ball, still going. Now in the red zone.
Wilkins, the ball carrier.
Wilkins is just so impressive. One person alone cannot bring him down. You have to gang tackle this dude.
Yes, he is very aggressive. When he gets the ball, like I said, he loves to get the ball because he's going to get it to where it needs to go. It's very, very hard to stop him. He's like a speeding locomotive. Saucedo hands it off to Wilkins. Wilkins pushing through. UVA Wise gets the stop there, but it's hard to stop him.
Number 11 for University of Virginia Wise must leave for one play. Helmet off.
Wilkins is out. Lucas is in. And it looks like they're going to try and run it in, but you never know. They have a lot of options. Saucedo to Lucas. Lucas
didn't get much there at all. I would think maybe try running it with Saucedo here with the amount of power.
Number 46 for West Virginia State must leave the game for one play. Helmet off.
43, Dante Jones comes in.
Number 3, Lucas, a ball carrier, no gain. Third down and goal for the 5.
Just trying to figure out what they're going to do. Have plenty of time. Pretty close. Not much to worry about. I have faith that they'll get some type of points on the board, regardless if it's a field goal or a touchdown. Finds Pate.
An impressive defensive stop there from Des Hopkins, not allowing Pate to catch it in the end zone.
And it looks like they're going to settle for a field goal. Aaron Ball coming out. And Ball actually had a pretty impressive game last week with UC. He actually around a 50-yard field goal, and it seemed as if UC really didn't think he would make it, but honestly, he practices those like it's absolutely nothing, so nobody on our side was honestly feeling scared or worried about that, so I have a lot of faith in Aaron. Ball is up.
It is blocked. Good defensive effort there from UVA Wise. But is it recovered in the end zone for a touchdown?
Touchdown by Zach Pate. And this is why we have a lot of faith in our Yellow Jackets.
Or are they going to say that this is a touchback and it'll belong to UVA Wise?
We'll be waiting. The referees are discussing. However, from what it looks like in our student section and on our side, we're pushing for a touchdown.
And to dig deep in the rule book for this one because he fumbled it in the end zone.
And everybody on the sideline is throwing up the touchdown symbol. We're trying to hold it up in the booth. We are not entirely sure. And it looks like it'll be a lot of discussion.
I mean, I think if you fumble it in the end zone,
the ruling on the field is that the scrimmage kick was first touched by the receiving team beyond the line of scrimmage. The ball continued in the end zone, and the force was from the kick. Therefore, the ruling is a touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20, Virginia Wise.
Wow.
from the Yellow Jackets said it was not sitting very well with them.
UVA was with a huge break right there.
Correct. However, it did once again. The fan base is not giving up on our Yellow Jackets, so we're not gonna give up on them over here either. They're playing just fine, honestly. That was actually a shocking play from UVA wise, actually block the kick from ball, but like I said, it's not gonna really steep our confidence too much.
No, that was a great offensive effort, that drive from the Yellow Jackets. I'm sure they'll continue that.
Correct.
See if we can get a little bit of defensive intensity here on this possession. Get the ball right back.
Defense, take that ball away. Jackets,
Lee.
let's go. Defense, take that ball away.
And the UVA Wise Cavaliers will now have the ball for offense.
Jackets, let's go. Defense, take that ball
That was just a wild call right there.
Coach Pennington discussing with the referees. And honestly, I would try and discuss it as much as I can too. However, Bryson Lee hands it off to, looks like number 37.
It'd be Victor Mitchell with a first down run.
And we have pretty much identical
27th
offenses
Grant,
as
the
far
ball
as
carrier.
running.
Gain of 11, first
They
down,
like to run the
Cavaliers.
ball just as much as we do. And from what it looks like is they're going to try and run it as much as possible. Lee finds Mitchell.
Right now they're saying if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Correct.
They continue running the ball right down the
27th
middle.
Grant, again, the ball carrier.
The only thing that they have up on us
Number
is
11
around
yards,
7
first
points.
down,
So
UVA Wise.
Yellow Jackets just have to find that niche and figure out how to stop them. Lee, once again, handing it off to Mitchell. Gets a stop this time. Not too much yardage. And once you figure out
27th Grant, the ball
the
carrier.
routine, it's really easy to stop it.
A good stop there by Joe Stoneman, number 5 for the Yellow Jackets. Snuff that play out.
Like I said, it's been a lot of breaks for UVA wise, but I feel as if we can still get some points on the board. Passes it off to Mitchell. Still not getting any yardage. Like I said, I think they figured it out. They know exactly who to get to. And if Mitchell goes out, he'll bring in Cousin.
Grant again,
And
the ball carrier, gain of 1.
I believe that they'll figure that out as well, how to stop him.
Third down 6.
3rd and 6 around the 48-yard line.
4:22 left in the first quarter. Lee looks like he's going to try and hand it off again. He's going to go for a pass.
Just throws it out of there, and it will be 4th down.
And the Yellow Jackets will have another chance to try and get 7 points on the board.
Quarterback was outside the pocket. The ball won't be on the line of scrimmage.
Much better
4th down.
defensive effort there from the Yellow Jackets.
Yes, for sure. They had a lot of struggles their last game, and I feel like they're starting to get their niche and trying to get comfortable. Lost a lot of players this season. A lot of them graduated, like Quentin Gray. We lost a lot of people on defense as well, but as far as offense, I think we're fine. Defense, they're just trying to figure out what they need to do. Pay receives it. There's a flag on the field.
There is a flag down. I believe it's going to be kick catch interference on UVA Wise, so the Yellow Jackets should keep the ball.
Waiting for the ref to address.
During the return, kick catch interference. Number 20 of the kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
And it will stay with the Yellow Jackets. So the Yellow Jackets will discuss and take on the field once again with the ball in their possession. We're on the 35-yard line.
I would just say keep giving the ball to Wilkins. Just a big powerhouse down there.
Correct.
But they do have Dylan Lucas in there right now.
You have Peyton Henderson to the right of him, Barrett to the left, and Lucas just got the ball. Flags on the field, though.
Looks like it's in the area of either offsides or holding there.
And the ref.
During the run, holding, number 50, offense. 10 yards from the previous spot, still first down.
And those little mistakes is what will make or break you, so they have to learn from those. Didn't have too many penalties last game, however, a lot of them were questionable, the ones that they did call, and there was a little bit more as the game progressed to the end. From what President Jenkins said, he said that he thought that a couple of those referees at the UC game were wearing UC shirts after. But I think that they just got to learn from the mistakes, even if they're intentional, unintentional, or just called just because. Finds Pate.
Goodness.
They get a hard hit.
Number 13, Stephen Hill.
And that actually takes them back a little bit more.
Stephen Hill read that play right away. For UVA-wise. Speaking of penalties, UVA-wise last week actually had 18 of them.
Wow, that's a lot, and hopefully that doesn't affect this game any, because a lot of penalties, it just stops the game a little too much for me. Saucedo with the run. We see a little couple of flags on the field.
Might be another holding call, but if it is, you would imagine UVA-wise would decline it.
During the play, holding, number 70, offense. Penalty will be declined. Result of the play, third down.
That sets us back even more, 3rd and 12.
3rd and forever.
Right. At this point, it's very far back for the Yellow Jackets.
Actually, it's probably about 25 yards.
And it looks like they're going to.
I would imagine they just run the ball here just to get a little bit more room to punt.
Just figure out how to get it to where it needs to go, basically.
It's 3rd and 29.
Cito hands off to Lucas. Lucas with the run. Some gain, but not enough. But enough to potentially get it across the field and get them a little bit better advantage with the kick. Ball comes out.
Thanks.
As you said, penalties are killer, and right there it proves it.
Yes, and it definitely stops the game a whole lot more, takes down the momentum, but it seems as if the Yellow Jacket Nation is keeping the faith, and that's what we need, because that keeps them in high spirits as well. Ball with the kick, received by Chris Thaxton. Thaxton with the run, and there's a little bit of scuffle.
Cunningham for State getting in a little shoving match with a UVA-wise player. No flags were thrown, though, so nothing too serious.
I think they were just trying to get off the ground, and they just so happened to, I don't know, hold hands at some point. I'm not sure. They were trying to help each other up. That was all it was.
See if the Yellow Jackets can keep up that defensive intensity from the last possession.
Timeout, University Virginia Wise. First charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
For UVA-wise, as they take a timeout, we will take a timeout too.
West Virginia State is known for pushing boundaries, exploring new opportunities, and investing in the community. A passionate pursuit of excellence inside and outside the classroom ignites our students' abilities, leading to great achievements today and long into the future.
are back to Lincoln Field and Dickerson Stadium. Lee and the UVA Wise Cavaliers with the ball. Finds number 14. There's a flag. Almost Odell Beckham the ball. Number 14, Cayenne Duviger.
It's going to be defensive pass interference for sure on that. That's going to be on Tavon Littleton.
During the pass, holding, number 22 of the defense. 10 yards from the previous spot. First down.
It'll be a holding call.
Better a holding call than a pass interference.
Cavs will get another chance at a first down.
Hey, bud, who's your ball?
So they will move up to the 30-yard line. Lee with the ball. And it looks like Cousin is behind him. Hands it off to Cousin. Cousin with a little bit of a run. But the Yellow Jackets get a good stop. But there is a flag.
Might be unnecessary roughness here at the end of the play.
All I can say is that there's nothing wrong with a little bit of bountying once in a while. Need a little bit of aggressiveness. We will see what the ref calls.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 89. 15 yards from the end of the play, second down.
Remember those penalties like you were mentioning from UVA Wise, that will hurt them as they were pretty close to getting in the red zone at least, but now they get pushed back a little bit.
If I'm not mistaken, I mean, that's the first penalty of the game. So much improved from that standpoint.
Correct. Lee, 1:18 left in the first quarter. Tries to get it to number 18, Matt Felton, but misses. And those penalties can affect your how you play. So we will see how they go. It's now 3rd and 25.
Much like State
You're
was
cutting out.
much like the situation State was in on their last possession, 3rd and
Somebody
eternity. See how State plays this defensively.
Lee finds number 10, Chris Daxton. Daxton gets some damage, but not enough.
Good open field tackle there by Littleton for the Yellow Jackets. 4th down.
And less than a minute left in the first quarter. But so far I've seen good things from the Yellow Jackets. A couple of hiccups, but nothing too bad, nothing that would completely diminish their confidence. There's still plenty of game left, so they're playing pretty well, especially at home, and it keeps the crowd enthused. 30 seconds left. They're going to kick off. Pate is in the backfield waiting.
Looks like that's just going to go into the end zone. And it will.
With 18.3 seconds, we will see what the Yellow Jackets do with it.
I mean, they've done fine.
Yeah, nothing too bad.
It's just the offensive penalties have just been setting them back.
Saucedo and his crew with Wilkins in the backfield, waiting on him. We will see how they finish out this first quarter. Saucedo with the snap, hands off to Wilkins. Wilkins with the run, still going, and still going.
That man just cannot be brought down.
He can't be stopped. And I think that'll be something that they'll have to look for. And as the first quarter comes to a close, The score is
This is
UVA-wise
the end
7,
of the
West
first
Virginia
quarter.
State University 0. However, the way it's looking is we will be doing a little bit better in the second quarter. And as they go into the spring sport, this first quarter, we will take
Let's go to the stadium entrance to pick up your prize. And thank you, Sprint, for your sponsorship.
MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Holiday Inn and Suites and Wingate by Wyndham, both located in South Charleston. Brick Street Insurance, your business, your people, you're covered. Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House, the official pizza of WVSU Athletics. Tudor's Biscuit World, start your day the homemade way. GoMart, go for good times, go for GoMart. Hilliard Lyons, investment counseling to grow, protect, and manage wealth since 1854. Mullins, heating, plumbing, and cooling.
And we are back. Welcome to Lake & Field at Dickerson Stadium. If you are joining us for the first time, my name is Bejan Sewell, joined here with
Brian Wilmot.
And Brian, it's looking, score-wise, it doesn't look too good, but if you are watching the game, you know that we're actually doing just fine. The score is 7-0 UVA-wise, and the Yellow Jackets are playing pretty confident. Finds a pass to Barrett from Cecilio. There's a flag on the field. We've been seeing flags left and right. However, I don't think it's dwindling how we're playing at all.
This is either offensive pass interference or defensive pass interference. Or maybe just a hold. And essentially, I mean, we scored 2 touchdowns, but they were both got taken back. So really, we could be in the lead.
We could.
Pass interference, number 8, offense. 15 yards previous spot, still first down.
It looks like it'll be an offensive pass interference, and it'll set the Yellow Jackets back a little bit. We've been taking penalties left and right. However, it's not affecting our performance at all. Saucedo with Wilkins in the backfield as per usual. Barrett to the left, Pate as well, and Henderson to the right. Finds Pate. Pate with the run, doesn't get too much yardage.
About 5 yards there.
Make that second down and 20. But nonetheless, they've been getting the ball to where they need to go. Very little drops. So honestly, I don't feel too anxious about how they're playing at all, and I don't think the fans are as well. I think they've got a lot of faith in them. Finds Wilkins. Wilkins, once again, pretty hard to stop. Still going. Stops around the 30-yard line.
I'm going to keep saying it. I have yet to see one person alone take him down.
Correct. He's very small, but he's got a lot of energy. It's really hard to stop Wilkins. And that's why a lot of people, when we play other schools, those other schools are very threatened by how Wilkins comes with the ball. That's why it takes so many of them to stop him. Saucedo finds Henderson.
It's going to be a first down.
Still going. Hard to stop him.
Great fight there for Henderson to keep the chains.
Wow. And very similar to how they were giving the ball to Henderson at the UC game. Henderson is definitely somebody to watch for this season. Now Lucas is back here. Henderson, Pate, and number 13, Jamal Brown. Finds Lucas. Lucas for the run. He's going to go all the way. Wow. A touchdown, Yellow Jackets. And hopefully there's no issues with this one. We'll take this touchdown.
Touchdown.
Indeed a touchdown.
So the Yellow Jackets will now lead 6-7, 12:49 in the second quarter.
All talk about Wilkins. Look what Dylan Lucas can do.
Correct. There's both of them. Between those two, it's very hard to stop either one of them. And a lot of people want to talk about Wilkins, but Lucas honestly did carry a lot of weight at that UC game, and the kick is good, as per usual from ball.
Try for point is good. Timeout. Media.
Basically running down the field untouched, down the 10 and the 5 and into the end zone. And a lot of people, like I said, I personally like Wilkins and Lucas, but cannot sleep on Lucas. We have plenty of people to give the ball to, plenty of options. So UVA wise will get the ball. Score is now tied 7-7.
The state get their defensive intensity back. This could swing in a heartbeat.
Correct. So the Yellow Jackets will now get a chance to redeem themselves on the defense. But I'm not too worried. Like I said, I'm really not worried about it. And for whatever reason, some of the line is having a dance session on the sideline. It looked like they were doing Thriller. I'm not entirely sure. Can't call it. But it was very, it was together. It was nice and poised. It was good.
And that's what you love to see within the team, is them enjoying themselves whenever possible.
Correct, because it's a serious game. However, if you're having fun doing it, that's all you can really ask for. So ball will be kicking off. And it looks like in the backfield there's number 30, Josh Saunders, and number 2, Marcus Hamilton, or number 3, Alonzo Brown. Can't really tell.
I believe it's number 3, Alonzo Brown. He's a pretty dangerous return man himself.
Picks it back up. Almost stopped. Taken down around the 8-yard line. There is a flag.
It's going to be probably a late hit. Whistles were blown and they still threw him down afterwards.
After the play, personal foul, late hit number 41 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
It looks like it's on number 41, Aaron Ball. That's very rare.
Late hit on the kicker. That's crazy.
Really rare that you hear the kicker getting tackles. But when they do, it's very shocking.
Their main goal is probably to avoid contact.
Correct.
Yeah, he goes and tackles.
That's what I do like to do. To see a lot of aggressive.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
So Lee will get another chance. You can hear from the Yellow Jacket Nation. Calls for defense. Passes it off to number 17, Cousins. But getting those stops left and right. Keeping them to where they need to be at, which is nowhere near the end zone on their side.
Jeffrey Parker with the stop there for the Yellow Jackets.
snap. Cousin with the run. Gets it stopped.
Looks like it's enough for a first down.
Number 17, Cousins, ball carrier.
Well, stop around the 45-yard line.
Taking down the 45-yard line. First down, Cavaliers.
Cousins has some speed to him. Pretty good running back.
Yes, he has a lot of speed. And as Cousins goes out, number 37, Mitchell comes in.
And he's not that bad himself. He's got some power.
And they have a lot of running games from what I've seen. Pass it off to Mitchell. Mitchell rolls off a couple of defenders.
Defenders there.
He'll stop around the 52-yard
By far, their run game has been much more impressive than their passing game.
Correct. They haven't really passed the ball too much. They look like they're very dependent on running, but nonetheless, doing just fine with that run game so far.
It's going to be enough for another first down.
Trying to get the ball carrier, takes it down inside the 45. First down, UVA Wise.
And Wise will once again convert. Lee. As Mitchell. A couple of receivers, but more likely than not, he's going to hand it off to Mitchell.
Good defensive effort there. Number 22.
Pass intended for Jake Barnett.
Stopping that pass play in its tracks. Like I said, every time we try to pass the ball, it seems like the Yellow Jackets are right there on top of it.
Right, we're pretty good with stopping the pass game. They're very well at that. They're pretty good at stopping the run game too. I'm seeing them a little bit more aggressive with stopping the run game, but when it comes to the pass game, they're able to stop it every single time. Finds Mitchell, gets a stop, and puts him right on his back.
I think it was about 2, maybe 3 yards there after getting turned to his back. He's
Yeah,
not a
the
very
ball
big guy.
carrier.
He's only 5'8".
Yeah, he's not too
Third down,
big, so, but nonetheless, he's pretty quick with it. Third down and 8 for UVA Wise. And Mitchell once again behind him. Like John Cole to the right of him. 3 receivers to the left. Finds a receiver, number 7, Eli Marks.
And he was
Pass
wide
to
open
number
right
7,
there.
Eli Marks.
First down conversion.
Takes it down to the 25-yard line. First down, Cavaliers.
They're moving the chains slowly but surely. They've had the ball for quite a minute, but we'll see how the Yellow Jackets do as they get closer and closer to their territory, or in their territory. Hands off to Cousins. Cousins with the run, still stumbling over. Gets within the
17,
25.
Cousins, the ball carrier.
Another first down.
Takes it down to the 13.
And one thing
First down,
that I've
Cavaliers.
noticed in the past is with the Yellow Jackets, when they get in that red zone, they're more frantic to stop them. So
17,
we're going to see a
Cousins,
whole
ball
lot more
carrier. Tackled
aggression out of
behind
the
the line
Yellow
of
Jackets,
scrimmage.
like this play that just went down. They
It's a loss of 3.
don't want anybody in their end zone. So that's one thing I will say from State. They are always willing and able to stop the ball, especially when they're getting a little bit close to their end zone.
That time, Victor Mitchell was stopped dead in his tracks.
Lee? He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to pass it to number 14, Zubager. Was not able to maintain it at all. And once again, that Yellow Jacket defense, especially when they're trying to stop the passing game.
Yeah, it looked like Littleton
Pass to the 14 to Vernon. Incomplete, batted down in the end zone.
Jeffrey Parker fought over the ball. If they didn't fight over it, they might have came away with an interception right there. Nonetheless, it is third down and 13.
the sideline is rolling.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets will recover it. And that's that defense that I was talking about, that frantic defense where you're trying to make sure that nothing gets past or into your end zone. That's exactly what we're talking about, and they will have the opportunity to get another potential touchdown or a field goal. So Saucedo with
timeout. Injury.
Looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field.
And as they take a break, we will too.
I'm an adult learner from Philadelphia.
I'm from Cincinnati.
I'm from Hurricane, Mexico.
I'm from California, and I chose state because I wanted a small school. It's convenient.
I wanted a strong elementary education program.
Because it's an HBCU.
I love the people at state.
I love learning in the Cancer Research Lab.
My professors want me to succeed.
Now they make me work for the grade.
State is definitely preparing me for the future that I want. I'm being prepared for dental school.
A research scientist. Once you choose state,
you're gonna love state. Find your passion
at wvstateu.edu.
And we are back at Lincoln Field at Dickerson Stadium. I am Bejan Sewell, joined here with
Brian Wilmot, excuse me.
And looked like it was an injury timeout. Saucedo tried to get a run off. Quickly stopped by UVA wide defenders.
Saucedo sacked on the play. That's number 5, Henderson.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of
Also, too,
Saucedo trying to run the ball, but he's been bottled up for most of the game.
But still able to get the ball off and get it to who he needs to. If he's not able to get the ball over himself, he's able to get it to somebody else. We see that with Wilkins.
Gaining about 4 yards there.
Number 2, Khalil Wilkins, the back there. And 4, third and 8.
Down 12, 7:27 left on the clock. Saucedo. 20 seconds left on the play clock. Wilkins behind him. Finds Wilkins. Gets the run off. And it took basically
Number 2, Khalil Wilkins, the ball player.
UVA-wise defense to stop him. That makes it 4th down.
Looked like Buster Henderson for UVA-wise actually did take him down by himself there.
No gains in the play, brings up 4th
Pretty shocking
down.
to me.
And that brings him
Must have
upon
figured out
the ball.
And the Yellow Jackets will punt. Ball. It looks like they're going to have a little bit of a talk about that play, because that was definitely not something that we are used to seeing. Yellow Jackets trying to get a stop from number 10 Thaxton. And no stop him around.
Number 10, Chris Thaxton on the return.
Timeout. Media timeout.
It is a media timeout. And as they take a media timeout, we will take a media timeout up here as well.
During this timeout, we will meet the Jazzy Jackettes. Kiera Jefferson. Diamond Terry. Chanel Wesley. Haley Andrews. And Julia Miller. Let's give these girls a big hand.
Score is tied 7-7. UVA wise.
Real mean well done. Gives them a leadership role in the fight against breast cancer. West Virginia State University President Anthony Jenkins was the only West Virginia college or university president tapped by the American Cancer Society to be a part of their campaign. To find out how to get involved, contact the president's office.
Yeah.
Lee finds 17. Cousin.
17, Cousin
had a
ball
pretty
carrier.
good game, too.
For sure. He has definitely been able
In
to
second.
get the ball to
Second and three.
and he's pretty confident once he gets the ball. Every time he has gotten it, they've converted or got some pretty good yardage. Cousin is still fighting, and going to stop around the 45-yard line.
17, Cousin the ball carrier, takes it down to the 35. First down, Cavaliers.
Now they're running hurry-up offense.
5:35 left in the second quarter.
Good stuff defensively there.
17, Cousin the ball carrier.
And the Yellow Jackets will get the stop there.
Gain of 4, second and 6.
And not too much time left in the first half, and so far it's been a pretty back and forth game, but it's been an entertaining one. Lee gets the snap, hands off to Cousin. Cousin stopped in his tracks.
We'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down here.
The Yellow
Rank the
Jackets
ball
again
carrier.
playing in that defense just to keep them as far away from the end zone as possible, keeping them from a touchdown, and that's what we basically need going out of this first half. Just need to stay confident and keep them where they need to be. Lee with the snap. But it will be incomplete.
Again,
Passing
third
tackle
down, they
Grant's
bring the
incomplete.
pressure
That brings
and
up
force
fourth
Lee
down.
into a hurried pass, resulting in a fourth down. Looks like they might stay on the field and go for it, though. Big play here.
4th and 3, ball on the 29. A little under 4:30 left in the first half. And Lee with Cousin behind him. Line number 89, and that is Jake Barnett, but narrowly misses the pass.
Wide, yeah, he was wide open right there. Just looking good on his part.
And the Yellow Jackets will take possession. And the sun is starting to come out, so hopefully that brings a little bit more positivity to the field. And even with a little bit of clouds, downcast, playing like it's a beautiful sunny day in Institute, West Virginia. And Saucedo and his crew with the ball, hands off to Wilkins. Wilkins with the run. It's a good little bit of yardage. Not enough to convert to a first down, but enough to
Number 2, Khalil
get it
Wilkins,
pretty
the
close
ball
to one.
carrier. Gain of 8, second down, 2.
Second and 2. And 4 minutes left in the second half. Saucedo with the snap. Finds Wilkins again. Doesn't get too much yardage.
Number 2, Khalil Wilkins, the ball
Yeah, I think
carrier.
they're starting to catch on them giving Wilkins the ball, too.
No down the play, third down.
They might have to do like a play-action pass here.
Correct, and it looks like that's what they're going to try and do. They're bringing out a whole lot more receivers and tight ends, so that might be what they might result to. Saucedo, Henderson, and Barrett. Finds Wilkins. Wilkins
First down for sure.
gets a couple of a couple of yards and some to convert to a first down. So plenty of time left in the second half.
First down. It was an interesting call. For young receivers to make it look like you might fake a run, but instead you just go right back to the run. And then you got a guy like Wilkins, so
right.
You might as well just do it.
And there's nothing wrong with giving him the ball, regardless of whether he gets a lot of yardage too. We'll still get some type of yardage on it.
Absolutely.
Finds Lucas. Lucas with the run, able to convert, still going. Flag on the play.
Might be able to the yellow jacket freeing up Lucas to make that catch.
And they're going to stop around the 30-yard line in Cavaliers territory. The refs will be discussing that. But overall, so far in this first half, it's been pretty well.
During the run, holding, number 1, offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, remains first down.
It was a holding call on the Yellow Jackets. But the play resulted in a first down, so they will keep it as a first down.
What?
Saucedo
What'd you say?
finds number 33, Cunningham.
What did you say?
Number 50 for UVA Watts leaves the game for one play. Helmet off.
33 Cunningham, the ball.
What did you say, Tim?
Yellow Jackets taking their time here to make sure that UVA Wise won't have a lot of time if they force
I'm
the Yellow
sweating
Jackets
nuts
to punt. Pretty good strategy there.
Cunningham with the run.
33 Cunningham, again the ball.
1:55 left in the first half. Yellow Jackets still able to get the ball going. Lucas goes out, Wilkins comes in. And it looks like they're going to try and run it.
First down.
And they will convert it to a first down. 1:36 left.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 45 seconds. 1 minute, 45 seconds on the game clock, please. It will start on my ready for play.
So they probably need to put a little more time on the clock. They do, they put 9 more seconds up.
So it's now 1:45. Saucedo finds Wilkins. Wilkins ducking off, still has a little bit of room to go. And they're going to stop him.
Start.
Still second down, though.
Start calling him the Energizer Bunny.
They converted it to a first down, actually. Still moving the chains. 1:24 left in the first half. Saucedo tries to get it to Henderson, but a little overthrown. So they will have to figure out what they're going to have to do with that one.
Got Dylan Lucas in the backfield now. Puts him in motion.
Saucedo tried to run through, but was quickly stopped by UVA's defense.
It's not really the kind of hit you want your backup quarterback taking.
Correct. Stopped by number 11, Bryce Hardy. They will try again. 3rd and 10. Less than a minute left in the first half. Saucedo passes it off to Pate. Pate gets around 2 or 3 yards. That makes it now 4th down.
pretty long field goal if they decide to go for it.
But for Aaron Ball, that's 30 yards is nothing for him.
Timeout. West Virginia State. First charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
Timeout to discuss. We will discuss up here in the booth, so come back with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a large contingent of fans from Danville, West Virginia. Their parents, the Danville Hall.
MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Holiday Inn and Suites and Wingate by Wyndham, both located in South Charleston. Brick Street Insurance, your business, your people, you're covered. Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House, the official pizza of WVSU Athletics. Tudor's Biscuit World, start your day the homemade way. Go-Mart, go for good times, go for Go-Mart. Hilliard Lyons, investment counseling to grow, protect, and manage wealth since 1854. Mullins, heating, plumbing, and cooling.
Score is UVA 7, West Virginia State University 7. Score is still tied. 44.2 seconds left in the first half, 16 seconds left on the play clock, and it looks like they're going to kick the field goal to close out. Ball with the field goal.
It's about a 47-yard field goal from here.
Ball.
Up.
It's up.
Looks like it's, no, it is good.
And it's good.
Amazing kick there from Ball. They take the lead 10-7.
Score is now, like you said, 10-7, Yellow Jackets. And Ball once again kicking a near 50-yarder.
It's an impressive kick.
Correct. And UVA Wise will try and counter it.
39.2 seconds with 2 timeouts is still enough time to drive down the field.
Plenty of time. We will see what they do with it.
They're
pretty good with getting the ball down the field, but once they get around the 35, 30-yard line, that's where they start to get stopped, and stopped pretty hard. So we will see how they play out with these last 40 seconds left. So they're conversing. And like I said, how it looks, we will see how they close out this first half. Yellow Jackets take the field. And Ball will be punting off. In the backfield looks like number 3, Alonzo Brown. And number 20, Rob Jones. Ball is up. Jones receives it. And he's still going, still has a little bit of leverage, but he's going to be stopped around the 25-yard line. Now has 31.9 seconds left on the clock for the UVA Wise Cavaliers, so we will see how they close out.
Essentially, it was a waste of 8 seconds because he could have just taken a knee and pretty much gotten it right there.
First and 10, UVA Wise.
And so Lee and his crew will have a chance to maybe get a touchdown or a field goal.
Looks like they're just going to take a knee and go into halftime.
with that, as the seconds tick down, the score is Yellow Jackets 10, UVA Wise 7. So far, this has been a pretty successful first half for the Yellow Jackets coming back from that loss from UC. UVA Wise will have a lot to talk about in the locker room, as will State as well, but hopefully it's only positive things. But as we close out into halftime, we hope you guys have been enjoying the game so far. My name is Bejan Sewell, joined here with Brian Romo, and we will be back in the second half.
If you're a childhood cancer survivor, pay attention to the clock at halftime, and when it gets to 15 minutes, we'd like to have you right here at the 50-yard line. 15 minutes on the halftime clock. All the childhood cancer survivors meet at the 50-yard line.
West Virginia State is known for pushing boundaries, exploring new opportunities, and investing in the community. A passionate pursuit of excellence inside and outside the classroom ignites our students' abilities, leading to great achievements today and long into the future. Become part of the story and find your passion at West Virginia State University.
I am Anthony Jenkins, the 11th president of West Virginia State University, and I am honored to lead this distinguished institution of higher learning. For 127 years, since 1891, West Virginia State University has been a pillar of stability in higher education. And we have created access and opportunity for so many young men and women, and we've helped transform their lives. Our track record of taking students and turning them into scholars is something that we're extremely proud of. Whether it's athletics, the sciences, or anywhere in between, West Virginia State University can help you achieve your dreams. Maybe you want to play in the NBA. Well, much like Earl Lloyd, an alumnus of our institution, who was the first African American to ever play in the NBA, you can get there from right here. Or what about the 900 military officers that we have produced, the 100 lieutenant colonels and the 15 generals? Individuals like Lieutenant Colonel George Spanky Roberts, who was one of the Tuskegee Airmen who went on to change military aviation combat history. Or what about Katherine Johnson, who inspired the hit movie Hidden Figures? an alumni of our great institution who helped America win the space race. Regardless of what you want to do and where you are coming from, you can get there from West Virginia State University. Our academic programs are of the highest quality. Our business program is ranked 3rd in the nation among small colleges and universities. Our biology program is also ranked 3rd in the nation among small colleges and universities. Recently, we were named the 2nd best public university in West Virginia based on academic quality, return on investment, and diversity. And all of those factors are important in helping you develop holistically and achieve your educational goals.
I came in during my freshman year, which was in 2014, and kind of got acquainted with my classmates and with professors and different organizations and started to blossom socially and academically. I had served as Miss Freshman, Miss Sophomore, Miss Junior, and now I'm Miss West Virginia State University. I've also been enabled to work with many amazing organizations, including the NAACP, and I'm also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So I've been afforded many opportunities that I don't feel that maybe I might have gotten at a different institution. And I feel that, you know, somebody like me has really been given a special chance by coming somewhere like West Virginia State.
What brought me to state originally was I had got a walk-on offer for a football team here. But then once again, he actually fell in love with the history of the state and like just seeing all the historical figures that had came here. It's just a whole lot of historical figures that you wouldn't think came from here, but they did, and it really shocked a lot of people when I get to tell them about it. Because I also work in the admission office as well, so I get to tell about the history of the state. Ever since I got here, you get one-on-one with your professor that you wouldn't get at a bigger institution as well. The professors here generally care and they want you to succeed. And we have like programs in place for students to succeed. Like we have the Math and Science Tap Room, which is for all the Math and Science classes here at State. And we got the free writing center on the 3rd floor in the library. That's free for all students as well.
The dorm life is really fun. It helps you connect to State. You get to kind of socialize with your roommates as well as other people who live on campus and other athletes. A lot of times like they'll have campus activities and it's easy to go to, or they'll have stuff just for people like who kind of live on campus. So that's always fun. And what I love the most about the dorms is that you kind of have your own room. So whenever you really want that time, you know, to sit down and study or write a paper, like you have your own space. But at the same time, you can go out in the common room and socialize with your roommates. So that's what I love about it.
Selecting a college or university is not always an easy decision. And at State, we hope to make it a little easier for you. Whether you're looking at our academic programs that are nationally ranked, our world-renowned faculty who continue to teach at a high level and do groundbreaking research, whether it's our beautiful campus that lends itself to your safety and your learning, whatever it may be, State, I'm confident, is a university for you. I want you to consider joining the Yellow Jacket Nation because it's the greatest nation on the planet. We are committed to making sure that when you join us, that you have the foundation and the wraparound services and the environment to achieve whatever your educational and life dreams may be. Here at State, we want students to understand that the faculty, the staff, and the administration are in partnership with you, and there is never a moment that you have to go at this educational journey alone. So I want you to get on our website, and I want you to check us out. I want you to look at State and understand all the wonderful opportunities that are waiting for you once you get here. And remember, there's nothing better than being a part of the Yellow Jacket Nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Joshua Cole, your 2018 West Virginia State University marching swarm.
I'm an adult learner from Philadelphia.
I'm from Cincinnati.
I'm from Hurricane, Mexico.
I'm from California, and I chose state because I wanted a small school. It's convenient.
I wanted a strong elementary education program.
Because it's an HBCU.
I love the people at state.
I love learning in the Cancer Research Lab.
My professors want me to succeed.
Now they make me work for the grade.
State is definitely preparing me for the future that I want. I'm being prepared for dental school.
A research scientist. Once you choose state,
you're gonna love state. Find your passion
at wvstateu.edu.
We aren't looking for just any college students. We want passionate, curious, hard-working multitaskers. The strongest West Virginians, those who work, parent, and go the extra mile because they wouldn't have it any other way. Those who want professors to know them by name, and those who know that a fast-paced life is best navigated with a family who has your back. We are West Virginia State University, and if this is you, you're one of us.
MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Holiday Inn and Suites and Wingate by Wyndham, both located in South Charleston. Brick Street Insurance, your business, your people, you're covered. Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House, the official pizza of WVSU Athletics. Tudor's Biscuit World, start your day the homemade way. Go-Mart, go for good times, go for Go-Mart. Hilliard Lyons, investment counseling to grow, protect, and manage wealth since 1854. Mullins, heating, plumbing, and cooling.
Coach, you'll see. All right. I know you said big talk, Coach. She's all right, but that guy in the middle, I don't know.
Fans, today is West Virginia State University football's Tackle Childhood Cancer Game. The Walking Miracles Family Foundation exists to connect caregivers, families, and survivors impacted by childhood, adolescent, and young adult cancer to resources and referral networks, and to help defray the cost of travel during this cancer journey. Today we have some that have been impacted by childhood cancer. Along with our athletic director, Nate Burton, is Brett Wilson with Walking Miracles, and cancer survivor Megan Foltz with family members Sonia and Jimmy.
Not a lot of offensive, a whole lot of defensive, honestly.
And Paxton Brake,
from what we've seen, they've been tied at first downs. Rushing yards have been tied at first downs. Rushing yards has been pretty equal. Passing yards as well has been equal as well. Offense, like I said, it's not really been too offensive. There's been a lot of penalties on both ends, but like I said, for the most part, it's been pretty much defensive.
Yeah, 6 penalties for the Yellow Jackets, only 2 compared to 18 the entire game last week for UVA Wasp.
And as far as rushing, as we've seen and as we've been talking about, Khalil Wilkins has been leading, followed by Dylan Lucas. On UVA-wise, then it's Jamariah Cousin and Victor Mitchell, along with Bryson Lee at the very end. As far as receiving, on both ends, not too hot on receiving. It's been really much of a run game so far. But for all in all, it's been pretty much defensive on the defensive side. And like I said, State and UVA-wise both have been pretty much going well defensively.
Not to mention that the Yellow Jackets did have 2 touchdowns essentially called back.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of those could have maybe counted, you could be looking at a completely different ball game here.
Correct. And
we're gonna
a couple of instant replays. You see Dylan Lucas with that first touchdown in the first half, going down to the 20 and the 10, the 5 with the touchdown, and that really boosted up their confidence. And like I said, between Khalil Wilkins and Dylan Lucas, they've both been toting the ball across the field and toting it pretty well as we close out halftime with 30 seconds left. Hopefully what we see in the first half is what we see in the second half, if not magnified. So have a lot of faith in this team, and from what I'm expecting a lot of back and forth, but hopefully on our end it's a positive thing.
I'm wondering if the Yellow Jackets might be trying to switch it up a little bit, maybe pass the ball a little bit more.
They may, and like we've been seeing, they're able to switch it up, and they're able to get the ball to different people. They're able to actually sometimes confuse UVA Wise's defense when they do get the ball. They'll try and they'll pull out a bunch of receivers, and then have like one or two, and then actually pass off the ball, making it assume that they're running it, or they'll have a bunch of running backs and pass it off to the receiver. So we will probably see a lot of that, trying to confuse the defense. And as we see now, they are going to kick off. In the backfield, we have number 3, Alonzo Brown, and number 20, Rob Jones. Ball with the kick. Jones with it. It'll be a fair catch, and he'll start at the 25-yard line.
The ruling on the field is a fair catch inside the 25-yard line. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. First down.
So Bryson Lee and his crew will start the second half offensively, and we will see exactly how they will come out. It's been probably like 10 or 15 minutes of a lot of talking and not too much movement, so they're going to have to get back into that groove and gain that momentum back. And we currently have the lead 10-7, so what we're expecting is for them to keep that momentum going defensively and offensively. Lee finds number 14, Duviger. He's going to get around 9 yards.
Big hit there from Henry Forson for the Yellow Jackets. Pickup of about 5 or 6 there. Actually 9. Makes it 2nd and 1.
Lee with the snap. Hands it off to, looks like Cousins.
And it will be enough for a first down.
17 Cousins, the ball carrier.
Cousins has really been their main go-to guy so far for this football game.
Correct. He's been, between him and Mitchell, they've been able to tote the ball and get it to where it needs to go. And they're very efficient with moving the chains with him. So we're going to probably expect a lot of ball movement from him specifically. Lee gets the snap. And he's going to throw it long, almost intercepted by number 22. And that is Moises Vericel.
14 revert. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Pretty good job of the referee not throwing the flag there either, because the defensive player got his head around and was making a play on the ball, so he made the right choice there. Great defensive effort.
Lee setting up. He has 2 receivers to the right now. Make that 1. And he's going to hand it off to Cousins. Cousins going to run. Going to get around 5 or 6 yards. Make a 3rd down and probably around 3 or 4. And so far they have the same momentum that they did in the first half, and not really changing up their playing style too much, still giving the ball off to Cousin or Mitchell, respectively, whoever is in the game. Lee hands off to Cousin. The Yellow Jackets get a stop.
Big stop there. I don't know if it's enough for the first down. It's right at the marker.
17 Cousin, the ball carrier.
right at the marker.
So that'll be 4th and inches.
They're saying it's first down, actually. Change their mind.
And they will
First down, Cavaliers.
convert. So the Cavaliers will have another chance at their first down. And once again, Cousin in the backfield. Lee with the snap, and the flags are flying.
False start.
Out of the snap. False start. Offense, number 78, 5 yards. Still first down.
They'll go back 5 yards.
And those penalties make or break you. And we will see how they will try and recover from this. As the Cavs move back 5 yards. Lee now with Mitchell in the backfield. And 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right of him. Gets the snap. Tries to hand it off to number 4, Joe Addison, but gets tangled up and loses it.
Pass intended for number 4, Joe Addison, incomplete, the second down.
And so that will be their second down and 15. Ball on the 42 line.
Bryson Lee's done a pretty good job of leading the receiver where they need to go. It's the receivers just haven't been catching the ball.
Correct. And that's probably why they're really dependent on running the ball, due to it seems as if the receivers just don't have a lot of confidence when it comes to getting the ball to where it needs to go. Lee finds number 18, Felton. Felton going, still going. Get a stop from number 7, Henry Forson.
Number 18,
it will be enough for a first down. So UVA Wise continues their first drive of the second half.
They're still moving the chains as they go. Still a lot of time left in the first quarter, or third quarter. And Lee.
Oh my goodness.
By number 16, Tyler Brown.
Nobody blocked Tyler Brown. He had a free shot at the quarterback there.
Back to the 47.
Great play.
17.
For correction, I believe that was number 15, Robert Branch.
Yes, it is.
Lee with the snap. Finds number 10, Thaxton. Thaxton has a little bit of room, stopped around 5 yards.
Thaxton is very elusive. Made something out of nothing there.
And they're still slowly moving along as they go.
5 yards for a first down here. Third and 5, maybe a little bit more.
Lee starting to get the ball to a couple of his receivers a little bit more than he did in the first half. Intercepted by number 21, Cameron Spencer. And that's exactly what the Yellow Jackets needed. And the crowd is super excited with that play. That was very, very vital to get their momentum going back up, and now they have perfect field position to potentially get a touchdown.
Yeah, Bryson Lee did what no quarterback is ever supposed to do. He stared down his receiver, and Cameron Spencer read it all the way.
Saucedo finds Wilkins. Wilkins
Number 2, Khalil Wilkins, the ball carrier.
gets a couple of yards.
Number 11 for Virginia Wise must leave for one play. Helmet off.
And 3, second down, 7.
They're going to, if you take a look at the replay here,
and as you see,
Bryson Lee only looking one way, and Cameron Spencer saw it.
It looks like that was Wilkins once again toting the ball down the field.
Neil Wilkins, the ball carrier.
Getting them closer and closer.
First down.
To a touchdown.
And that puts Wilkins over 100 yards rushing on the day. So another outstanding performance from him.
Saucedo finds Lucas. Lucas pushing through. Not enough to get a first down. However, still moving the ball. And the Yellow Jackets are, once again, they got that momentum going. They've never lost it, even in halftime. So feeling pretty confident, as the field is as well. They're doing more than enough on both ends now to potentially get a win. Charlie hands it off to Lucas. Lucas gets up and still pushing the ball.
Lucas, the ball carrier. We have a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play.
During the run, holding, number 72, offense.
Holding.
10 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
And they will have a minor setback. So we will see how the Yellow Jackets can improve from that small mistake. However, still able to move the ball and get it down the field like they need to. Saucedo loaded up with receivers. Lucas in the backfield. Finds Pate. Pate rolls off one defender. Doesn't get too much yardage, but still able to get the ball moving.
Did a pretty good job of making the first defender miss with the little juke spin move.
It's 3rd down and 7. Ball on the 20-yard line.
If nothing else, it's going to be easy territory for Aaron Ball.
Saucedo finds Wilkins for the touchdown.
Never mind what I just said. Touchdown for Will Wilkins.
And the crowd is going wild. Wilkins showing a little bit of skill, able to get the ball, getting the crowd livened up. And that will push the Yellow Jackets up to 16 points as they go for the extra point, making it potentially 17. Ball. The kick is good, and that makes it now.
Actually, it's no good.
It's no good.
Time out.
16-7, but that
Media.
still is a 2-possession game.
Correct. And with the replay, we see Saucedo, and nobody expected little old Khalil Wilkins in the end zone to receive. Smaller than all of our receivers combined, and still able to get the ball
Also, the
in the
State
end
Athletic
zone.
Department would like to thank the Moment of Magic Foundation for
He might not be the biggest guy, but he's
These
one of
college
the
students dress
toughest
up and
guys
visit Children's
in
Hospital,
history to bring down.
Correct.
See him walking around here today.
He's been doing phenomenal this game, as he did even in the UC game last year, their home game opener. Basically mirroring that, if not doing better. He's been all over the field.
And the linemen are doing a celebration again with, looks like AJ Barrett on the sideline.
Yeah, doing, looks like leapfrog. Pretty excited over there, and like I said earlier on, when you're having fun, it really doesn't matter. They've been having lots and lots of fun this game against UVA Wise. And Bryson Lee and his crew will potentially see if they can even up the score the backfield, you have number 3, Alonzo Brown. And they will wait for the punt. And there's a whistle blown.
The football fell off the tee, so they had to reset it.
8:06 left in the third quarter. Ball. The ball is up. Brown receives it. Coming down the field. Get a little bit of movement. He's going to stop around the 20-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets will have the opportunity to display their talents on defense while UVA Wise will try and do the same on offense.
We'll see if Bryson Lee learns from his last mistake of staring down his receiver. See if he does a little bit job of managing his offense.
Lee finds number 17, Cousin. Cousin still moving, still going down the field, taking a lot of our players to stop him. They're going to stop him around the 30-yard line, which is not a good look for the Yellow Jackets defense coming out after that play, after getting that interception. To have them basically have their way with the field is not a good look for them
Injury
at all. And it looks like there's also an injury on the field, and it looks like A.J. Barrett, if I'm not mistaken.
We aren't looking for just any college students. We want passionate, curious, hard-working multitaskers. The strongest West Virginians, those who work, parent, and go the extra mile because they wouldn't have it any other way. Those who want professors to know them by name, and those who know that a fast-paced life is best.
And we are back. As mentioned before, there's an injury on the field.
Hope it's not too serious, but he still is down. I believe it's number 6, Dustin Krauser. Can't be too sure at the moment.
Still down on the field, and injuries are never a good thing for either team. Doesn't matter who it is.
You just hate to see it.
Yeah, it's very difficult to deal with, and from the player's perspective, it's never really a good thing because it could be minor, it could be major. We saw last year, Brandon Dickerson had a serious injury in the first game and completely missed the entire season from a meniscus tear. So he was unable to play for the entire season. And that was, I believe, his final season. That was his senior year. So regardless of whether it's major or minor, nobody likes to miss out in playing time, especially when they are a potential asset to the team.
Yeah, it looks like they might be getting the stretcher out of the ambulance.
Teammates taking a knee on the sidelines for their fellow teammate. And they're huddled up in prayer, ensuring that their teammate is okay. And this is the type of stuff that makes football what it is, and that's just a brotherhood of players, honestly. When you have people coming around you and looking out for you and making sure that you're okay, it doesn't matter what team you're on, that's the stuff that makes football really what it is. I mean, the game is always the most entertaining part, but having fun and having those people that care about you, that's the stuff that you'll actually take away from it even when you're older. The crowd is also completely dead silent. They're waiting to see what is wrong.
They're bringing the stretcher now.
I'm an adult learner from Philadelphia.
I'm from Cincinnati.
I'm from Hurricane, Mexico.
I'm from California, and I chose state because I wanted a small school. It's convenient.
I wanted a strong elementary education program.
Because it's an HBCU.
I love the people at state.
I love learning in the Cancer Research Lab.
My professors want me to succeed.
Now they make me work for the grade.
State is definitely preparing me for the future that I want. I'm being prepared for dental school.
A research scientist. Once you choose state,
you're gonna love state. Find your passion
at wvstateu.edu.
And as they're bringing out the stretcher, hopefully that the player is all right and able to recover quickly. I hate to see injuries just in general. They're just difficult to look at from any perspective because it kind of just it affects the players a lot, honestly. And that's one thing that I don't think that anybody should have to deal with, especially as an athlete. Dealing with injuries is very difficult. When they're serious, it's even more difficult for them. So hopefully the player has a speedy and quick recovery and is nothing too major.
As they get him on the stretcher, you hear both sidelines cheering. And that's always great to see, too.
Right.
Even if you're not a fan of the other team, the amount of respect shown from the opposite side is always.
Players coming to take the field to see their fellow player. Just giving a little talk to them. Hopefully just letting them know that they're going to try and take this away with a win. And that's, like I said, that's the brotherhood part of it that a lot of people don't really see that much. But these players are actually very close. They really are all like brothers on this team. And that's one thing that people really do appreciate, especially these players. They really do love each other, and they all care for each other deeply. And you see that when they're running back and forth, going to talk to him before they take him, wheel him off. But good to see him okay and ready. So hopefully he is able to once again recover. And even players on the opposite side shaking him, giving him a handshake before he is wheeled off. Well, that hopefully the Yellow Jackets can come back. They had a little bit more time than expected, so got to get right back into it and hopefully get the crowd livened back up after that. Nobody really, it's hard to come back from that, but from what I've seen, I don't think that it's going to affect their momentum too much.
It is one of the hardest things to do. Watch one of your teammates go down like that, and you still have to finish the game.
Mm-hmm.
You're just left wondering what the injury is.
Right.
And how serious.
Correct. But nonetheless, I feel like he will recover, and we will keep our thoughts and prayers out for him. Hopefully he does recover quickly, and hopefully it's nothing too big and nothing too major. And with that, UVA Wise will be taking on the field on offense, while the Yellow Jackets are coming out on defense. And Lee and his crew are taking back the field with Mitchell now as his running back. Lee tries to get into Jupiter, but it's broken up.
Big hit there by number 22.
Pass attempt 14 to Burgess, incomplete.
Great defensive effort there.
A lot of effort still from the defense, even though they had quite a lot of time to just really just sit and hang out for a little bit while that injury was being tended to. They're still in it. They still have a lot of momentum, and it's keeping them energized. Hands it off to Mitchell. Doesn't get much of anywhere, and they're going to stop him around 25, 30-yard line. And so the Yellow Jackets still aggressive on the defense, which is exactly what we need to see.
Third down and 5.
Lee starting to pass it to some of those receivers a little bit more. Still has Mitchell in the backfield with him, so he's still an option. And we will see what he decides to do with it now. With the snap. Still broken up. Duvinger is not able to really get a hold on the ball. A lot of the receivers are really struggling to get the ball in their hands and move it where they need to get it to. So it looks like they're going to attempt a field goal.
Yep. They indeed are trying to kick a field goal here. It looks like it's going to be about a 45-yarder, 46-yarder.
Ball is up. And it's no good.
Off from the crossbar and no good.
And that will keep it at 7 points for UVA Wise. The score is
field goal attempt is no good. Timeout.
47
Media
left in the third quarter. And the Yellow Jackets now have the opportunity to come back on the offense.
Yellow Jackets are home or away, tuned in at 98.7.
And as they talk about it, we will see how they go. But I honestly feel like they're doing just fine. There's not too much to worry about from the offense. They've been doing literally everything that they could. They're basically a model offense for how they should perform for the entire season. Like, there's not really much that you can say. They had very few slip-ups, and the only slip-ups is that they would eventually get stopped, but that's not too major or anything like that. That's very, very minimal. There's not too many things to say that they need to work on.
And the only reason, well, I'm not saying the only reason, is the fact that they had penalties on those possessions.
Right. They had a lot of penalties that took them backwards, but honestly, even those penalties were minor, and they were able to come back from them just fine. So honestly, I don't have too many negative things to say about it. They've really done everything that they could. Saucedo has Wilkins and Lucas in the backfield, which usually he doesn't. And it looks like he's going to try and pass it off to Lucas, but it's swatted and recovered by the Yellow Jackets.
And it should just be an incomplete pass, but good job of falling on it anyways.
Correct. So they will get another attempt. So Saucedo hasn't gotten too many runs, but nonetheless still doing what he needs to do, getting the ball to other players. Finds Lucas, and it looks like they're starting to understand the pattern a little bit. Giving the ball off to Lucas. They have a lot of options still nonetheless.
I think you got to go play action here. Pull him with the run and hit him with a pass. Get that first down.
Saucedo. 3 receivers to the left of him. Completely covered. Oh, finds a way out. He's going to run.
They're saying he was down. It's amazing.
The rolling on the field is forward progress was stopped. Forced down.
So, hear the crowd booing. Not liking what the refs are calling right now at all. And it looks like Ball will punt it away. And then the backfield for the Cavs is Matt Felton. Felton got a couple of touches, but for the most part, it's been pretty.
It's going to be a safety. And that will make the score 16-9.
And those are the slip-ups that they do need to work on. They have a lot of those minor things can become major if they don't correct them now. 5:20 left in the third quarter.
And UVA Wise will get the ball back. Down a touchdown now. This game is really getting interesting.
Trying to figure out. Coach Penn is trying to figure out what exactly he needs to do to correct that mistake, because those minor mistakes, like I said, can become major. And so with that, he has to make sure that his players know exactly what they need to do to keep this from basically getting bigger than it should be. The defense will now take the field. They will have another chance at punting off. Ball. Punts off. Finds Felton, or Brown, I believe. And they're gonna get around.
Number 2, Hamilton on return for the Cavaliers.
Line. But those little things are going to really cost them. So they need to really figure out and get that together and nip that in the bud now, because like I said, it'll really hurt them in the long run if they don't fix it now. So Lee and his crew back out on the field, and from what it's looking like, he's loaded with receivers. Finds Cousin with the run.
17 Cousin, the ball carrier.
And he stopped around the 40-yard line.
It's a first down for UVA Wise there. Cousin is one strong runner.
Yes, he is. Very difficult to stop him. However, as like I've noticed in the past, and like I've always noticed with State, they always, when they get past or into their territory, the defense starts to rile up a whole lot more. Cousin basically, once again, pushing his way through.
Yeah, Cousin is starting to run over defenders now.
And that's becoming that's going to become an issue in the long run. So they have to nip it in the bud before it becomes a serious issue. So they have to keep it going and keep that momentum going. Cousin once again with the ball, still converting and still moving the chains across the field for the Cavaliers. And it seems as if everybody is trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, the momentum has definitely shifted.
Lee, Cousin in the backfield. Hands off to Cousin. Able to stop him, keep him from getting any more yards than he should. And that's a good thing, and that's what they need to continue doing to make sure that they are basically okay. You see,
timeout.
Like another injury on the field.
We aren't looking for just any college students. We want passionate, curious, hard-working multitaskers. The strongest West Virginians, those who work, parent, and go the extra mile because they wouldn't have it any other way. Those who want professors to know them by name, and those who know that a fast-paced life is best navigated with a family who has your back. We are West Virginia State University, and if this is you, you're one of us.
Score is 9-16, and major injury. The last thing that you want to see is back-to-back injuries on the field. And with that, it kind of does start to weigh on you and weigh on your teammates when you're having those injuries back and forth. But he was able to get up, kind of walking off just fine, but nonetheless, to be injured or to be on the field is not a good thing.
Looks like that's Joe Stoneman. But at least he was able to walk off the field on his own power.
Mm-hmm. And it could be anything from heat to cramping to anything. We're not sure, but a lot of factors that can go into this. The entire environment is very rugged. Cousin with the ball. Still going. And he is inside the 10-yard line. And so that's not a good look for the Yellow Jackets. They have to get a stop here.
Right now, it just looks like their entire defense is gassed.
Mm-hmm. I'm totally unsure how to stop it. They were able to stop him in the past. Back to Cousin. Good stop there. But unfortunately, they have to keep that momentum going way before getting within the red zone in order to perform well, because that kind of gives them a little bit too much room. They have way too much opportunity to get into the end zone now. They're way too close, and they have to be able to do that way before they get over there in their territory.
They got Mitchell in the back now. He gets the carry, and he doesn't get anywhere either. So, pretty good back-to-back defensive plays there by the Yellow Jackets.
2:20 left in the third quarter. Cavs still with the ball. And they've had the ball pretty consistently for the entire third quarter, but still down by one possession. Lee almost intercepted. Great play by number 10, Noah Hoxie.
Brings up fourth down.
Excellent play there, saving the touchdown, making him go for another field goal attempt here.
Correction, that is actually Kyle Alexander. And they're going to go for the field goal. Ball is up. And it's good. And that makes the score now 12-16.
Rowan's field goal is good.
UVA was slowly inching their way back into this game.
UVA was 12.
It looks like a timeout was called. 1:48 left on the clock. Score is West Virginia State 16, UVA Wise 12. Third quarter is starting to dwindle down, and the Yellow Jackets are going to have to figure out exactly what they need to do to capitalize.
Well, I think something they need to do, they don't need to let the little mistakes affect them.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're not getting anything offensively, and I think they're putting their heads down a little bit.
Right. Nonetheless, very good. They've been playing well. It's just over time they start to dwindle down, and hopefully they can learn from these little mistakes. You have state cheerleaders on the sideline still rooting the team on, and they just have to keep the sideline and the fans motivated as well. So the Yellow Jackets will receive it. Ball is up. Lucas completely drops it. Gets a little bit of a run, stops around the 20-yard line. Those are the mistakes that they cannot make, and that will really affect how they will come out and play. But they have to play like they have some type of energy. They can't play like they're tired. They can't, even if they are tired, they can't at least come off that way. And that's how they're coming off right now, is if they're just tired and they're just starting to check out early, and that's what we don't need. Wilkins. Or no, that is actually Barrett with the ball.
He might have got a first down, too.
And Barrett is somebody to definitely watch out for. Super aggressive when he gets the ball. A lot of our players are definitely aggressive, but Barrett is one of those players that you definitely would want to get out of the way, because he's not afraid to hit you to get to where he needs to go. Between Barrett and Henderson, those are definitely some receivers to watch out for. Saucedo. Hands off to Wilkins. Wilkins with the run. And it took a lot of them to get him down, but still able to move the chains.
That's a good start, getting a first down.
Less than a minute left. And that livens the crowd up just a little bit. 49 seconds left on the clock. And they're just trying to get the ball to the end zone. Saucedo hands off to Wilkins, but they clearly see that ahead of time, and they get a quick stop.
Wilkins just didn't stand a chance on that one.
Wilkins goes out, Lucas goes in.
So loss for about 5, second down.
Not too much time left on the clock. 14 seconds.
It might just be running out at the end of the third quarter here.
And as the third quarter closes out, we enter to the fourth quarter.
This
the score is 16
end of the third quarter.
West Virginia State 12, UVA Wise. Still have a lot of time left in this game. And as they take a break and talk about it, we're going to take a break up here and talk about it as well. So come back with us.
MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Holiday Inn and Suites and Wingate by Wyndham, both located in South Charleston. Brick Street Insurance, your business, your people, you're covered. Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House, the official pizza of WVSU Athletics. Tudor's Biscuit World, start your day the homemade way. Go-Mart, go for good times, go for Go-Mart. Hilliard Lions. Investment counseling to grow, protect, and manage wealth since 1854. Mullins. Heating, plumbing, and cooling.
And we are back. Score is UVA Wise 12, West Virginia State 16. Saucedo finds Lucas.
Great catch there from Lucas.
That's complete to number 3. That's Dylan Lucas.
Makes it third down and 2.
Just beyond the 40.
Much more manageable.
Saucedo's tilting the ball and getting the ball to where it needs to go down the field. And confident in all of his players and making sure that it gets there. So they're going to try and convert. Saucedo gets the snap. Hands off to Lucas. Lucas with the run. And
looks like he got just enough. And he did.
And they will convert.
Gain 3 yards.
That's first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Getting a little bit of momentum back on the offensive end here. 2 first downs.
As they're entering into the fourth quarter, they're playing exactly how they need to play with just enough confidence to do what they need to do, essentially. Saucedo finds Wilkins. Wilkins with the run and then some.
Getting slammed down, out of bounds.
Pass number 2, Khalil Wilkins.
Past the first down marker. He is such an explosive runner, not to mention how strong he is.
Very resilient. He's like a no.
During the run,
like he's
holding
to,
number 80 of the offense. 10-yard penalty
really,
from the previous spot.
He's
Still
just
for
very, like you can do all that you want, but it's not really going to do too much. He's fine.
He did get stopped a little bit ago, right off the bat,
but he got up just fine. That was a very hard hit.
Yeah, that was.
A lot of running backs would not be able to take that hit, and that's the reason why he's a super resilient player.
Looks like there was a flag causing them to bring the ball back. I didn't catch what it was.
Not sure what it was, but it took it back 15 yards.
Yeah, it was on the Yellow Jackets.
10 yards. Still first and 20. Finds Cunningham. Cunningham running down the field.
Got about 8 of it back right there.
Still able to move the chains, though, nonetheless. They're not really worried about getting the ball to anybody. It's just getting the ball and trying to essentially convert and move the chains like how UVA Wise is able to move the chains. They're really able to get a lot of first downs every time they get it, but we've really struggled with it because they kind of know what we're doing, but we just have so many players, it's hard for them to get to where they need to go to. Pate.
What a catch.
That's Zach Pate.
Number 17, that's Zach Pate.
An impressive reception right there.
Doing what he was doing even the last season. Have a lot of faith in a lot of these receivers. You really can't sleep on anybody as far as the offense goes. There's a lot of people that they can give the ball to, so there's a lot of options. We just have a lot of depth on that chart, honestly. Saucedo. Hands off to Lucas.
Should be enough for the first down.
It is. It will be a first down.
First down.
We're going to see a replay here.
Yellow Jackets.
From the Zach Pate catch.
And you see Saucedo looks and finds Pate. Pate is able to maintain it.
It's pretty impressive stuff right there.
Saucedo with the snap finds Wilkins. Wilkins making a way out of no way, basically splitting through defenders.
Looks like the ground tackled him there, so he tripped up.
And he's pretty good with basically sneaking his way and snaking his way through the defenders, because he is small. He's able to get through and get his way up into those small little areas that a lot of people wouldn't be able to get through. Saucedo finds Wilkins again. Wilkins with some yards and then some. And that'll be another first down. So this is where UVA Wise has to figure out how are they going to stop him, because honestly they're not going to keep giving the ball to Wilkins. That would just be too easy, and they'll figure that out easily. Now what they need to figure out is who are they going to give it to next. They have a lot of options. And Peyton Henderson to the right of him. Bear to the left. Finds Lucas. Lucas totes the ball.
Looks like he got about 7 or 8 yards right there. Even if you don't give it to Wilkins, you still have great running back power with Dylan Lucas.
So they're not really too worried about any of that. They don't really seem too worried as far as offense. It's just defense. They just have to figure out. They just have to get into that groove. And they just got to figure out what the opposite team's offense is doing. Finds Lucas. Lucas able to convert. That'll be another first down for the Yellow Jackets. And this is probably the quickest that they've gone down the field
first down
all game.
Timeout. Injury.
Figure out. Just another injury on the field. And also a timeout called.
This is number 33. That is Donovan Montague. Got up pretty quickly though, got to the sideline.
Score is 16-12 still. 9:51 left in the fourth quarter. Yellow Jackets still leading. Still a lot of confidence, still a lot of game left. The crowd is pretty energized about it. And we see with the replay, Saucedo looks, and he's doing a pretty good job just overall as far as getting the ball to where he needs to go. He has great chemistry with all of the players, and you can see that through and through. He's able to get the ball off, and you can see him getting the ball off to Wilkins. And Wilkins, like I said, he can literally do it all.
And he's shown that too.
Yeah, he's very resilient as well. He's unafraid to get hit, put down, whatever. He'll get right back up. Saucedo finds Cunningham, quickly taken down.
33 Cunningham, the ball carrier.
But it doesn't seem like they're too worried.
The loss of 3, second down 13.
They've done a good job of taking a lot of time off of the clock too in this fourth quarter.
Correct. They've had the ball for a little bit, and all they really have to worry about is just getting the ball, getting it into the end zone, getting the points, and potentially keeping the ball as well, and playing good defense so UVA Wise doesn't have the ball as long as they do. Just keeping the possessions as long as possible. Finds Wilkins. Gets his way through once again. He is very elusive when it comes to when he has the ball in his hand. He doesn't care to get hit, and he also is pretty good with just staying out of the way and getting out of terrible situations for other running backs. Other running backs will not be able to get taken down by several players at a time and then try and get out of it at the same time. So Wilkins is a definite asset. Take advantage of him for sure. Saucedo.
That's a face
in the pocket.
No face mask? Definitely looked like he grabbed his face mask there.
A little bit of anger out of that. And he's walking off with a little bit of a limp, which is not good because that is our
backup.
And that would lead from Saucedo. We would have to go to our backup, which is...
I think it's Jasper Jude. Redshirt freshman.
Well, Aaron Ball is going to kick for the field goal, try and extend the lead to 17.
It is good.
That makes it 19-12, making it a touchdown game.
Timeout.
Just have to.
Media.
Defense has to really step up. They have not been doing well, and they're going to have to figure it out.
The next home football game is September 22nd versus Shepherd.
West Virginia State is known for pushing boundaries, exploring new opportunities, and investing in the community. A passionate pursuit of excellence inside and outside the classroom ignites our students' abilities, leading to great achievements today and long into the future. Become part of the story and find your passion at West Virginia State University.
And welcome back to Lake & Field at Dickerson Stadium. My name is Beijing Sewell, joined here with
Brian Wilmot.
And the score is UVA Wise 12, West Virginia State University 19. It's one possession game. And so far we've been seeing a lot of goods from State so far. Couple of setbacks, but nothing too major. But with 7:32 left in the fourth quarter, we will see how this game is going to close out. Aaron Ball.
Yeah, I'm sure that Coach Pennington has told his defense to try to find a way to stop the run.
Is received and got a fair catch, so they're going to start at the 25-yard line.
Roll down the field. It's a fair catch inside the 25-yard line. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line for a touchback. First down.
It's just odd seeing people fair catch kickoffs. The main concern here is you got to find a way to stop the cousin.
Right, and that's the only code that State's defense has not cracked this game. So they're going to have to figure out how they're going to stop him, essentially. He's a decently sized running back, and it's just difficult to stop him. Lee with the snap. Intercepted.
What a play.
And touchdown, Yellow Jackets, extending the lead to 25.
It's Jake Harms, defensive lineman number 9, with the interception return for a touchdown.
And the entire Yellow Jacket Nation is completely excited and well-deserved.
Jake Harms.
And it looks like Harms is actually going to get the little, the belt that they actually give out to defensive players. But great play by Jake Harms. And it's not going to look too good for UVA Wise if they don't figure out how to change this from a 2-possession game to a 1-possession game. And that quickly they were able to change this game around. Kick is good, extending the lead to 26.
Timeout. Media. Try is good.
It's a 14-point game, 2-touchdown lead.
You see with the instant replay, Lee on his way to pass it off to one of his receivers, but Harms gets the quick interception for the touchdown. And they will have to really figure out how they're going to come back from that, because this is the second interception that Lee has thrown this game. But it worked in the favor of us because we converted it for a touchdown.
And again, it's like he stared down his receiver, making it obvious where he's going.
Trying to see what celebration they're going to do on the sideline this time, but not seeing any celebration yet, but we will definitely see a lot of celebration on the sideline soon. Time left on the clock is 7:24 in the fourth quarter. Great defense for the Yellow Jackets. That's exactly what everybody would like to see. And now UVA Wise will get a chance to try and fix what they have already put into place. Ball. Getting ready for the kick. Ball is up. And a little bit of confusion, and that's exactly what will work in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Didn't throw up a fair catch signal, so still had to try and get a run off, and he just completely, it seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. That looked like number 94, Keyshawn Jarrett.
And that was Joe Addison making the huge mistake. As soon as you cross that line, you cannot go back. Big mistake there.
Cannot make those mistakes. That will definitely cost them. 7:20 left in the fourth quarter. Lee and his crew hopefully trying to make something out of nothing with this play. Finds Cousin. And it's not looking too good for UVA Wise, making a lot of mistakes. Small mistakes that become, like I said, really big ones. Hopefully, for the Yellow Jackets, as far as defense goes, they can maintain it and keep it going. Lee with the snap. Running out of room.
Yeah, Lee just had nowhere to go with the ball that time. Excellent coverage throughout for the Yellow Jackets there.
And they are just starting to capitalize on that defense. And from the way it looks like they are going to be celebrating. If they keep this up, they're going to have plenty of things to celebrate for tonight. Lee with the snap. Trying to find somebody. Another interception for the Yellow Jackets.
What a play. Back-to-back interceptions for the Yellow Jacket defense. This defense is fired up.
And the crowd is fired up. Defense is fired up. Plenty of things to celebrate, and that will put the offense back on the field.
That makes the third interception that Bryson Lee has thrown today.
Correct. It's not a good look for him. As you see, it's the replay. Once again, just staring down at his receiver and just giving all of that information away. He didn't really have many people to throw it to, but it just fell in the hands of Littleton, and Littleton was able to turn the ball back over to our offense. Saucedo gets the snap, hands off. Actually finds Henderson. Henderson's slightly overthrown.
Just out of his reach.
If he was a little bit farther out, would have been able to have a beautiful play. Nonetheless, still good hustle for Henderson. It looks like they're going to try and do a little bit more passing game. Gets around 5 or 6 yards.
Keep that clock running down.
6:24 left in the fourth quarter. It's third down. But great field advantage for a field goal. However, I feel as if Saucedo will try and get the ball
Number 3, Lucas, the ball
to Lucas. If not, Barrett. And just try and get the ball moving down.
Need about 6-7 yards here. Keep the ball moving.
Finds Lucas. Lucas still able to make some room.
Didn't quite get there.
They're
Still on
essentially dogpiling.
Number 3, Lucas, the ball carrier.
About a yard or two shy of that first down. Might stay on the field and go for it.
But nonetheless, the Yellow Jackets are doing exactly what they need to do. There is no hurry and there is no form of any type of lack of confidence right now from either ends of the ball. They're doing exactly what they need to do, which is get the ball in the end zone and get stops. Saucedo trying to figure out what he wants from his coach.
State's got a whole lot of soul. State's got a whole lot of soul. Hey, we got it.
There's 5 seconds left on the play clock.
State's got a whole lot of soul. State's got a whole lot of
Timeout. West Virginia State. First charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
Timeout. We will take a timeout as well. Score is 26 West Virginia State, 12 UVA Wise.
MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Holiday Inn and Suites and Wingate by Wyndham, both located in South Charleston. Brick Street Insurance, your business, your people, you're covered. Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House, the official pizza of WVSU Athletics. Tudor's Biscuit World, start your day the homemade way. Go-Mart, go for good times, go for Go-Mart. Hilliard Lyons, investment counseling to grow, protect, and manage wealth since 1854. Mullins, heating, plumbing, and cooling.
Welcome back to Lincoln Field at Dickerson Stadium. My name is Beijing Sewell, and I'm joined here with
Brian Wilmot.
And the score is 26-12, and it's in favor of West Virginia State. 4:44 left in the fourth quarter. It's a lot of fours. However, and we're also on fourth down. However, I feel like we will convert. Gives that ball off to Wilkins, and of course, Wilkins
looks like he got it.
Gets some yards and some more.
Number 2, Khalil Wilkins, the ball carrier, down inside the 25. First down.
Probably the main guy. Give it to
Yellow Jackets.
A lot of confidence in Khalil, and I think that Khalil's never really worried when he gets the ball. Mainly because he knows that it's really hard to stop him. I mean, he doesn't really ask for too much or too little. He's just able to get it where he needs to go. Saucedo with Lucas now in the backfield. Henderson and Barrett to the right of him. No receivers to the left. Lucas able to run it. Now in the red zone.
Number 3, Dylan Lucas, the ball carrier.
And Lucas goes
Takes
out.
down inside the 10.
Cunningham comes in.
First down.
If the Yellow Jackets could get this in the end, so they'd really blow this thing wide open.
Yep, and that would be a great way to start out your first home game. Gives a lot of people a lot of things to be excited for. And so far, they've done pretty well. There's nothing really to be to be afraid of this season, as far as I'm concerned. Cunningham with the ball, still running it down, and it looks like that will be a Yellow Jacket touchdown.
Indeed it is.
Like you said, this pulls it wide open.
With all the plays, a touchdown. Number 20 for Virginia Wise must leave for one play. Helmet off.
That makes the score 32-12 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets' next game is against Notre Dame, and they will be playing at Notre Dame on September 15th. But from the way this looks, I have a lot of faith in them. Even on this away game, they played pretty well against UC, even though they did take a loss.
A heartbreaking loss.
I feel as if they will play just fine. They have a lot of confidence, and Hensley comes back and he's healthy. At least they have between Hensley and Saucedo, just in case they do need to switch between the two.
Maybe they could utilize that. Maybe keep switching quarterbacks within the game.
Correct.
That'd be something.
Because both of them have a lot of assets to bring to the table. Hensley actually came from WVU, but he is a native of West Virginia. He's from Hurricane. But nonetheless, a WVU quarterback coming down to play for us, that's big. And he played very well at the UC game, just was not able to capitalize on the win. However, between Saucedo and Hensley, I have a lot of faith in between both of them.
Yeah, Saucedo, we were told was more of like a running quarterback. He hasn't really done a whole lot of running. He's been pretty accurate with his passes too.
And that's always a good thing. You don't have to just rely on one thing. If you can run and pass at the same time, if you can just get the ball to where you need to go, then just rely on that. I mean, you don't have to rely on one thing or the other. When he does run the ball, he is able to get it somewhere where it needs to be, but nonetheless, he's been pretty good with passing. Ball is up. Let's see what UVA Wise does. 33-22 left in the fourth quarter. The Cavs will have the opportunity to try and lessen the score at least.
I'll see you 50. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, Captain Charlie.
And it looks like Lee is out and Tanner Bernard is in. Cousin is still in as well. Bernard with the run. Quickly sacked by number 48, Christian Houston. Turning out the looks from Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Bernard, unable to get the balls where he needs to go. It looks like they've just been struggling with that all game long, honestly, as far as passing to receivers.
Yeah, and it looks like Tanner Bernard is actually a freshman. So giving him a little bit of experience in his, I guess you would say, rookie season.
Correct. Bernard.
Almost another interception.
Only the field's incomplete pass.
A little bit
Fourth down.
Upsetness from Stoneman, but nonetheless, still a good play. Unable to get it to any receiver, so it's a good play in my book. A reception or interception would have been even better, but we'll take the swat.
Would have been the fourth one of the day.
Nonetheless, it's still not a good look for UVA Wise. Throwing so many interceptions is kind of not a good look for them. And they'll kick off. Really high kick, and it'll stop around the 47-yard line, maybe. That'll
Punt
put
rolls out of
the
bounds right at midfield. First down state.
Yellow Jacket offense back on the
Ball went out of bounds at exactly the 50-yard line.
They put in a couple of rookie players. We put in a couple in as well, just to get them a little bit of burn time. Put in number 19, Jasper Jude. And they're giving it a little bit of time to get some experience. Jude is a redshirt freshman from Williamsport, Ohio.
35, Trogdon, the ball carrier. Game 3, second down 7.
So they get a little bit of opportunity to play. And then you also have number 81, Blake Thompson, as well, playing at receiver. 1:56 left in the fourth. Jude with the snap. Hands off to number 35. And that is
35, Trogdon, ball carrier.
Desmond Trogdon.
Touchdown! Do it again, Jackets! Let's win!
Trogdon, a sophomore from Asheboro, North Carolina.
Jackets! Let's win! Touchdown!
Just giving them a little bit of experience
Jackets! Let's win!
while we have the lead. Not too much time left on the clock, but still enough time for them to get a little practice runs in.
Yeah, all the experience you can get is worth it. You never know when you're going to be the next man up.
Correct. Jude with the snap. Hands off to Trogdon. Trogdon toting the ball.
Oh, big hit there.
Huge hit from number 1, Terror.
35, Trogdon, the ball carrier. Game's about 6. Brings up 4th down and 5.
Bring up 4th and 5 with 50 seconds to go.
And as the clock runs out, it looks as if the Yellow Jackets will close out with a win, making them 1-1 now, beating UVA Wise 33-12. 33 seconds left on the clock. And that will put UVA Wise at 0-2.
Delay of game. Offense. Number 41.
UVA Wise.
5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Yeah,
the clock will begin on the snap.
I mean, they just made mistakes at bad times.
Right.
They can run the ball extremely well. They just, quarterback needs to work on his mechanics a little bit. I think they'll be all right.
I think that overall, I feel as if they've capitalized on every mistake. I mean, that's exactly what you should do. They've taken advantage of those mistakes. And as they close out, it looks as if still get the ball, and they've been able to recover the ball over and over again. And that was number 33, Kedrick Cunningham. And just an amazing play for the Yellow Jackets. A way to end out this game. Like I said, 33-12. Started out pretty slow. There was a lot of injuries. There was a lot of things that just have you questioning how they're going to play. But overall, they've just capitalized on every mistake. They've done essentially what a model football team should do.
Yeah, I believe 24 of their points were off of UVA Wise turnovers. So
Wilkins is back in. So
probably just gonna take a knee here, I would imagine.
You never know, they might.
Yeah.
And with that closes out this game. It is 33-12. West Virginia State with the win. And that puts
the end of the game.
UVA Wise at 0-2. And like I said, their next game is against Notre Dame, and they will be playing at Notre Dame. and that will be at noon on Saturday, September 15th. And that is also a Mountain East Conference game. So please check that game out and root those Yellow Jackets on. And like I said, my name is Beijing Sewell, and I'm joined here with
Brian Wilmot.
And we will see you the next game. Goodbye, guys.
Jackets, let's go, Yellow Jackets!